Hola, ¿cómo están, my loves? It's Tori, the Hope Dealer of Guided Intuition, and welcome to your daily dose of inspiration from your soul on this beautiful Tuesday, or whenever you are listening to this message, my love. Whenever it finds you, that is when it's meant for you, okay? So, you guys always know that I always tell you it is so important to acknowledge yourself. It's so important to love on you. It's so important to be what you desire everyone else to be to you. So right before we get into the message that I have laid out before you, I want to invite you to just take 3 minutes with me and do this self-love oath meditation that I'm going to jump into. Even if you're at work, even if you're busy, just allow the message and the intentions that I set with this meditation to pour over you. Repetition is the mother skill. The more that you do something, the more that it is engraved in your heart, okay? And this meditation was set with the intentions of self-love, self-worth, and self-acceptance. Making an oath to you to always put you first, to always be about your well-being, okay? So, here we go. If you could, love Muffin, I would like you to take 3 deep breaths with me, setting the intention to let down your guard, to soften your heart, to open your spirit and your crown chakra. So here we go, starting with breath 1. In through the nose, hold, release through the mouth. Breath 2, in through the nose, hold, release. Breath 3, in through the nose, hold, release. Now, the intimate conversation with yourself begins, flowing in unconditional love. I accept me for who I am in this present moment. I don't have to be anything or anybody but me. Me being me is more than enough. I love and accept me just the way I am. There is nothing I will not do for my happiness. There is nothing I will not do to see me smile. There is nothing I will not do or let go of for my well-being. I love me with my words and my actions. I know that it is uncomfortable and scary, but I deserve the best. And I am open to the infinite universe to bring me blessings, opportunities, adventures, and relationships that mirror back to me my limitless worth and beauty. I am happy and thankful that I now know myself, love myself, and accept myself wholeheartedly. I want to start by thanking you for allowing me in your energy. for allowing me in your sacred space. I don't take it lightly, and I don't take it for granted. Thank you for your vulnerability and access to your energy. All right, my loves, I hope that quick meditation really warmed you. It really did something for you. It really helped you see that you're amazing and you deserve all the beautiful things in life and so much more. Okay. So, I went ahead and pre-pulled cards so we can cut down on the time. But one of the things that I noticed is when I was in meditation and I came out, it was very quiet. You know, like those eerie quiets. It was like complete stillness. So what I took that as is today, make sure that you take some time to get quiet. Because in the midst of stillness, you will receive all the revelations that you need. Whatever answers you need, like whatever questions you need answered, I promise you, get quiet. Get quiet. And you will have everything that you need. But sometimes the issue is getting quiet, It's hard for us to take those moments of stillness. But it is definitely needed, okay? And I feel like this is what today just wants you to know. Whatever you need answered, in the midst of stillness, it will be made clear. First thing first is I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit for you from Alanya Vinzat's book. We're going to just pick a random page and see what we get. Okay, my love. So we got a good one today. The page that I turned onto from this beautiful masterpiece, this beautiful book. I freaking love this book. It gives you that daily dose of, spiritual medicine is what I like to say. So, here we go. It says, I was trying to help mistakes. Dear God, I was on my way to the mountaintop, taking one step a day. Just like you said. One day, after I had stopped, I met this really nice guy. I have no idea what he was doing way up there, but he said he needed a place to stay. It was freezing that day, so I couldn't leave him outside. I invited him in. Well, we got to talking, and he really was very nice. The next morning, I got up, fixed his breakfast, and packed up so that we could move forward. He slept until 4 o'clock. By the time he got up, washed up, shaved, and ate, it was 6:30 and very dark. He promised to get up early the next morning so we could take the next step together. I can't lie to you, God, he wore me out that night. That sounded so, you know what, but I'm not going to do that. So the next day I overslept. To make a long story short, this went on for 3 weeks. He stayed in the same place without moving forward. It was fun, but I finally had to put my foot down. The next morning he told me that he couldn't go with me because he didn't have any gear. He said he would go down and get some and meet me in a week.
That was a month ago. Now I have no food and he took my hiking boots. Before I can continue, I have to go all the way down to the bottom, restock my supplies, and start all over again. Hopefully, I'll see you soon. Just a step away. I am. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Ooh. Okay. So, the notion that I'm getting is, in this moment, whenever you're viewing this video, I'm making it on Tuesday. Your soul is asking you to evaluate your relationships. Evaluate the people that you surround yourself around. And I'm really feeling more love, but it also could be in friends. We don't have to limit it here, but I ain't gonna lie. Some personal sessions that I've been, doing behind the scenes. This is a common theme that I'm seeing. A common theme right now that it's time to reevaluate your relationships. It's time. And sometimes in life, everything needs to be evaluated. Everything needs to be took a look at. That's just like it's certain clothes, when we have certain clothes that we wear during winter, we wear during summertime, like it's summertime. Why are you still, and it's hot. It's 98 degrees outside, but you in a trench coat, a fur hat, fur boots. People will like, hold on. You burning up, it's hot out here. What are you doing in that? And, naturally what we do is we shift, we change into something that is suitable for the weather that we are facing and looking at the time. And I really feel like today Spirit wants you to sit with yourself and evaluate your relationships, because it's something about dead weight. What are you holding on to? What are you, indulging? What are you putting your masterpiece, which is you, your energy, your time, and your effort? Evaluate, what are you giving people? Who do you have in your circle? Are they like this man in this story? One of the things that I really, because I wanted to save this, because I'm going to still do it anyway and come face to face on the channel. But you will always know, if a person is meant to be in your life and whenever you stumble upon them. How do you feel in their energy? How do you feel in their energy? Are you confused? Are you like, I don't really know what's going on here? Like, how do you feel in this person's, whether it's in love, whether it's in, your friendships, it doesn't matter, and whatever. How do you feel around this person? That's something that we have to start looking at. I'll tell you right now, I already know how do I feel? How does my energy feel within your space? Because one of the things that, is so true, you become, it's so crazy because I always, I don't mind being friends or talking to people. It's just, and also just in the profession that I'm in. But there should be a space, you know what I'm saying? Like an intimate space that you have to make sure you keep it clean. You can't allow other people to bring their garbage, their dirt, their mess, into this sacred space. Even when it comes to your friendships, I'm realizing, picking more independent friendships, people, and that simply means that people that are responsible for their emotions, are responsible for themselves, because Honey, when you have people in your life that are not emotionally responsible, meaning that they are just dumping on you, that they are just placing everything, on you, that can become a lot. And then let's think about it in love, dealing with people who are emotionally irresponsible. They're unbalanced, and it's not to pick at anybody. It is not to pick at anybody. You allow them that unconditional love to grow and evolve. But what people don't understand sometimes about unconditional love, that does not mean you keep yourself in that space. No, I'm going to love you while you at the bottom of that mountain and I am headed to the top. Because when you are going to a place, and whoever is watching this, you are destined for great things. You are destined to experience great things when it comes to love, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your spiritual practices, when it comes to your self-love journey. You are destined to experience life. One of the things you came in this earth, in this time, in this place, is to experience life at its fullest totality, reaching the highest vibration available to us on life, the frequency of love. I'm actually going to link down I don't know, can I link down the song down here? I freaking love this song. It's by, I always mess her name up, but it's so freaking, this is one of my favorite songs, and I just had it on repeat. You can find it on Apple iTunes. I'm going to link it down below, but yeah, because guess what? When you want a healthy, fulfilling relationship, but you have someone who is emotionally unbalanced, who is, scared to show up, scared to be vulnerable. Naturally, what they're going to do, they're going to repel everything that you are sending them because they are emotionally irresponsible. That's where the ghosting comes in. That's where the breadcrumbing comes in. That's where the, confusion, not knowing what they want, No, it's simply, you have to allow people to work out their fears. But so many times we want to help them. We want to help them, not realizing that, truth be told, you cannot. You cannot. And I even realized that. Even as being a life coach, I realize, why I don't go out soliciting people? Because when somebody is ready for change, you'll know, you'll see. They'll come seek you out. I promise you. They will come find you. You don't gotta go. You don't have to find them and hound them down. Because at the end of the day, in order to get something in the vibration of love in the highest caliber, it requires some action. Even if it's for you to have a positive thinking mindset, that's still action. Even if it's requiring you to come out of your comfort zone. And for a lot of you, you are healed. You are emotionally responsible. But the thing is, you're dealing with people that are emotionally irresponsible. You get what I'm saying? Y'all are headed. You know where you're going. You have a vision. And what happens when you get somebody who is not willing to make the changes, who's just, I'm gonna call it spiritually lazy. Spiritually lazy. I'm going to really quick, while I'm recording this, I'm just going to look into the love relationships oracle deck and just pull a card for someone who is, in a relationship. If you relationship, but you're dealing with a person who's this. Let's see what came out. Okay, see, yep. 2 cards came out. And I like the first one. It's about grace. Ooh. And maturity. I can't make this up. So, grace. I love grace because grace is boundless. Ooh, I love to swim just freely in the ocean of grace. That's true unconditional love. There is no limits. There is no ending. Okay. So, for some, and this is what I want to say real quick. It's funny that grace and maturity came out, because what happens is when you are healing, okay, and that's basically processing your traumas, aware of your triggers, when you're making a conscious decision to show up in your relationships, be vulnerable, be here, and then you're dealing with somebody that's not, that is what caused resentment. That is what caused you being jaded. I think I told someone in a personal session, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Okay. You know, this is what I tell people. For a long time, the reason why I was single at first, okay, before I started to even work through to process my trauma and process my triggers, but genuinely I was single, and like I didn't deal with people. Like I would look at them and I'd be like, oh, hell no, you know, run, Tori, because I knew within myself just what I have experienced in relationships of just, you know, giving so much and it not being reciprocated, and, you know, just the mess. Okay. I knew that it just needed one more time. All it was going to take was one more time for somebody's son to twirl me, and I was going to be like, F it. And I was going to become the very thing that I hate. Somebody's son had one more time to like try me, and I was like, you know what? A part of me, and I know that part of me, that's my shadow, her name is Toya, was like, we got one more time for somebody's son to try me, and I'm gonna just be a straight effing beast. And when I said that was my truth. I was like, I'm gonna do them the way that they been doing me. And the other part of me, the other young woman in me who's, you know, very intellectual and smart, you know what I'm saying, that calms Toya down sometime, my shadow, you know, my little wholesome one in me was like, I call her Latoria, was like, now, let's think about this. If we do that and we go on that path, eventually you're going to meet an incredible person who mirrors back to you the beauty inside of you, and you're not going to be able to receive this person because you are so hurt and you are so jaded. And then, you know, Toya was like, damn, you right. My child was like, you right. You making sense here. You making a little sense here. Sometimes you got to talk to yourself like this. We have to leave that period alone where we feel like we can't have conversations with ourselves. I have full-fledged, blown conversations with me, okay? I'm talking full-fledged, answer myself back. All great people speak to themselves, okay? Let's not deny that there are aspects of you within you. And if you believe in past lives, I'm carrying all those girls or guys with me, honey. So we got to get some order within myself. But that was my reason. I was like, you know what, you right. So when I used to see someone do something, I just walk away. And when I seen something, you know, a person that I was taking some interest in do something before, I was like, yep, I'm going to go mind my business, because I already know when you play on those things and you're giving so much of yourself and then people disrespect that, and you like, they don't see like what I'm giving you is precious gold. Like, bro, I am giving you the opportunity to connect with my magic. I am giving you my life force. I am giving you my energy. You don't appreciate that? Oh, fine. I'm not in the business of making anyone see my value, appreciate me, and motherfucking know me. And yes, I said it just like that, because whoever's on the other end listening to this, you need to be that way. You are amazing. You are a vessel of unconditional love. You are a treasure. Do not waste your time, you know, trying to feed people and make people see your worth and know who you are. No, that's fine. They're not meant to see you. Carry on. Because if you don't, you become jaded, you become cynical, you become bitter, you become hurt, you become afraid to try again, to open up. So no. And legit, in the 5 years that I've been single, for the 2 of them years was, 3 of them years, let's be real, maybe 3.5 of those years was because I was like, yeah, I already know I got probably like one good relationship left in me. I used to like give it to somebody and they like try me, and then I just have to work through that hurt and do it. So I was like, no, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work through that hurt right now, mind my business, focus on me, and be about me. Like legit. And that's the same kind of energy that I'm feeling right here with whoever I'm talking to. But it says, grace. I face disagreements with grace and flow through the ups and downs of my relationships without getting thrown off center. See how, like, if you're in a relationship and you can't focus on your work, like everything goes downhill, that is your cue that this is not meant for you. You get what I'm saying? In your relationships, your friendships, a relationship of any kind, if it is throwing you way off and you are totally off-centered, that is a cue that that person is not meant for you. I've seen people be in relationships and love relationships, and it uplifts them, and it uplifts them. It propels them to keep going forward, just naturally. That's because when 2 people are on the same page turning it, okay, not when one's, stuck on page 1 and someone's flipping it on page 10. That don't make sense. How? No, you get what I'm saying? It's throwing you off center. With grace, I'm able to keep my cool, be my best self, and not resort to name calling, even when that crappy poo-poo face is being a douche barf monster. And it's so funny I said that, but this is what you have to look at too. I'm telling you, I didn't even read this first, but that whole story, like, that's why I was like, no, Tori, we're not going to do that. You clearly see that this person is not on the same page as you. Girl, mind your business and keep it going. And sometimes that's what you have to do when it comes to relationships of any kind. Friends, business, period. Love, family, period. Okay, so it says maturity. I make peace with the tough relationships of my past. I probably would have skipped the pain that came with, but I'm grateful for the lessons they brought me. Speaking of that, what I try to tell people, because until you process your trauma or process, why do I even, because let's not make it about the person, because I'm going to actually post a video on my channel about this. Let's not make it about the person, but more so about you. Why do you keep entertaining? And take this time today and get in this stillness, get quiet and ask yourself this question. I see how this person is acting towards me. Why do I willingly accept it? Because no one can make you do anything unless you are in an abusive relationship and you feel like your life is threatened. Get help, run, call some people, get out of there. Because I've dealt with women that have found themselves in there. This is not what Tori is talking about. I'm talking about, because we feel like we owe people something or we have a sense of loyalty. But first and foremost, you have a sense of loyalty to yourself. Like we said in the self-love oath, you owe that to yourself. You told yourself that you will do anything and let go of anything when it comes to your well-being. Honor thyself. Honor the commitments to you. You deserve it. I'm grateful for those lessons they brought me, as it says on this card. But you don't have to keep taking that lesson. So ask yourself, why do I keep willingly subjecting myself to this person? Why do I keep taking this knowing I deserve more? Get to those underlying fears. Are you scared because of rejection? Are you scared that you might not find love again? Do you not feel worthy about yourself? Do you not feel gorgeous, handsome, or pretty or cute? Like, do you not feel good enough to get anybody else? Are you projecting your idols onto this person? Is this what the dream girl, the dream guy looks like for you? Get still and ask yourself these questions and be radically, brutally, disrespectfully honest with yourself. Because the month of May is bringing clarity, baby. It's bringing clarity and truth about whatever situation. You won't be in the unknown. May is going to help you get clear so you can co-create what it is that you truly desire and what it is that you truly want. So this is kind of like what you have to ask yourself. It says, I'm grateful for the lessons they brought me. Because of those tough relationships, I can look back at the something of my life, and see value in even the most broken pieces. Internet stalks my exes. I really dodged a bullet. I'm telling you. Some of you are wondering, like, why did this relationship fall? Why did it go the way that it did? Because, baby, you dodged the bullet and you don't even know it. Okay? You don't even know it. There is something greater out there for you. Who is truly in alignment with who you are, where you're going in life. Don't sell yourself short is what I just heard. Ooh, okay. So from the surrender cards, what do you need to surrender on this day? It says surrender stress. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. It's time to get still. What is stressing you out? Is it you? Is it your patterns? Let's not make it about people, because at the end of the day, again, besides that scenario that I explained to you, you can disappear. But why, the question could be, ask yourself, what are you? And this is why I always say, and I'm going to make a video about this, be your own sugar daddy when it comes to your well-being, when it comes to your emotional stability, when it comes to your finances, and when it comes to your spirituality. Because the moment that you give anybody, when you give those away and make them somebody else's responsibility, that is when you sell your personal power. This is when you cage yourself. Okay? This is when it's hard. When you emotional, like when you're trying to get, emotional validation with financial, growth. Or I've seen people like be in relationships because they have no choice, because they're financially dependent on people. And maybe you're in a situation that right now you can't quite leave. It could be parents, because I do deal with, the younger loves. I always tell people, go within, meditate. Sometimes you can't change your physical surroundings, but what you can do, you can go within, and nobody can take that from you. You can go within so you can get clear, so you can get in touch, and you can start manifesting desires, manifesting outcomes that will pull you out of that to get you financially stable, and the same thing with, love, get you, emotional, pulling your emotions back, taking your power back, and even in your spiritual practices, be self-sufficient, be independent in those areas. And it's not to say you can't allow people to love you and love people. No, but you should never make somebody your source of happiness that is outside of yourself. And we were taught to do that. We get that from our achievements. We get that from, our looks. We get that from, just everything. And when you do that, it's like, that is so unstable, because one moment, somebody could be all for you, and the next moment They cannot. In one moment, you can be completely up and running in your career, and then, that career could crash. But you're still good when you realize something else will come and you don't get your soul validation, emotional fulfillment, and spirituality from things outside of you. You can join things and be in things. You get what I'm saying? But, everything is within you, So this is the perfect moment to surrender stress. Surrender what no longer, serves you. Let's go ahead and get into this tarot. Okay, so we have the Hangman, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. So just like I was saying, turning this into you. When I see the wands, it's always spiritual for me. And it can deal with competition, but also it just talks about, it can be difficult trying to work with people when you're not all on the same page. Because this is just basically what it comes to. As you can see, the witches are going at it, probably trying to figure out, what are they going to be casting in this pot? What ingredients are they going to be putting into this pot? I don't want a frog. As you can see, they're just all going at it. And on the bottom of that, it's so funny that I was just guided to even how the cats are at war. Because when you are when there's no inner order, it's hard to get, or out of order. So whatever you're facing right now when it comes to your relationships, as much as we hate to hear this, but sometimes it is a mere reflection of what we have going on within us. How you can't tell a person how to treat you, but what you accept shows you how you feel about you. Okay. And if you like, Tori, I know I love myself. Okay. Then I need you to move accordingly. You get what I'm saying? And act in that energy. But with this Five of Wands right here, it's that inner conflict. So, when it comes to your relationships, or when it comes to a person, make sure that they're on the same page as you. And I feel like what happens is when we're on page 20 and somebody else is on page 2, we're always trying to bring people from page 2 to page 20, or people that are on page 20 are always trying to go down to page 2. No. What you do is you leave that person who's on page 2, or if they're on page 20, and you have to build connections where you are. But so many times we're trying to make people, be on our pages, you know what I'm saying? And be into the things that we're into. No. That's where that conflict comes in. That's where they're fighting, and relationships come in. When I explained it to somebody, it's like being a senior. Okay, you're a senior. You got grad night. You got seniors in school. You can go off campus to get lunch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a lot more leeway. Okay, if you're a senior, would you go date a 6th grader, somebody that's in middle school? No, you'll be like, no. Okay. Like, I give this example because people are like, that's crazy. What would a senior need to be doing with a 6th grader? That makes no sense. That just makes no sense. It's almost like, when you are, 6 feet and you go play in the toddler pool. I'm talking like, 2 inches of water. You ever seen you went to little water parks and little sprinkle areas for the babies, 1-year-olds? You would look at somebody, if they didn't have kids, playing in that damn kiddie pool that's 6 feet tall. Like, what are you doing? You're not getting wet or anything. And for some of my love muffins, I literally just heard you stay in certain relationships because you're afraid. You're afraid to get somebody on your level. So in turn, you stay with people, you intentionally stay you know, in the kiddie pool. But given those analogies, you know, that I just gave, it makes no sense. And I always give it like that because people are like weirded out and you're like, oh, what the freak? And I say that for the simple fact that, you know, age, when you're like, because people think because you're like grown, on a spiritual level, you can be 33, but on a spiritual level, depending on how you've processed your trauma and you're about your well-being, you can be a 2-year-old. You're still living from that wounded inner child. And that's what people don't realize. And that's one of the things that when I really opened up to my spiritual gifts, I just seen like I can see the level that somebody is spiritually. And there are a lot of adults, grown adults, that are out here loving and showing up from a wounded inner child, 2-year-old, 8-year-old, like seriously. And here you are, mature, responsible, showing up, and you have somebody who is not. They haven't became balanced within their self. They haven't put in that effort when it comes to their spiritual, mental, and physical well-being. Some they got physical, but when it comes to spiritual and mental well-being, no, they don't. So maybe they're a looker. You know what I'm saying? But with these cards right here, with the Queen of Pentacles, it's like, what are you investing in? You're very fruitful. You're very nurturing. You're very loving. Take some time with this Hangman, you know, and evaluate. Look at it from a different point of view, because whatever you're giving, like, it's almost, this person who, okay, like with the Queen of Pentacles, she's in here and look at all this fruit on the trees, the apples, the berries, the grapes, you know, her coins, her pentacles. She's just very nourishing. If you get somebody who is not emotionally responsible, okay, they're not about that energy, they're going to come in here and eat all of your fruit, go on about their business, and then all your fruit is gone. Like, and they're not going to stop. They're just going to keep, somebody needs to know this. They're just going to keep taking and taking and taking. And I see that fruit as your energy, as your vitality, as your life force. You can never be with somebody to almost to the point of depletion. No, ma'am. That's not what we're doing. Okay? So, we have the Hangman here, just hanging around. Just because you haven't moved in ages doesn't mean you're stuck. Oh, wait. Yes, it does. Things to consider when you get this card. No one is ever truly stuck, but there are definitely times when it feels like it. And this is one of those times, because you have to make that decision. And maybe you're waiting on a person to make that decision. But the truth, like, if you had access to this garden, would you make a decision? No. You would just keep coming in, getting what you need, and go on about your business. Keep coming in, getting what you need, and go on by your business. Keep coming in, getting what you need, and go on by your business. Well, you wouldn't, because you are emotionally responsible. You know that, no, I don't need to just keep taking from somebody. I need to, hey, do you need help in this garden? You know, willing to invest. Actually, I'm going to do a podcast about this, but, you know, what people don't realize when it comes to relationship, most people, you know, they don't want to tend to your garden. Okay. They just want the flower. You get what I'm saying? They just want the flowers. They don't want the garden. And that's why most relationships don't work. When you are willing to invest and create and cultivate a beautiful garden of flowers, you know, that takes time, that takes effort, that takes work. Okay? That takes effort, that takes work, that takes time, that takes getting a little dirty, you know, planning, figuring out. Most people don't want to do that work. They be like, damn, no flowers is pretty. Can I just clip them? Take them home in a vase? How many times are you gonna let somebody come take some flowers from your, and just keep taking? No. They don't want to tend to the garden. And what you have to get sound is in what's stressing in by them not tending to the garden and cultivating this is stressing you out. So what you have to do is you got to be like, no, you cannot pick my flowers. No. No, I love no. No is my best friend now. No. Okay? No. Say it with me, guys. No. No. Love that word. No is your best friend when you enter a self-love journey. No. No is your best friend. Don't be afraid of no. Okay? No. So when you free yourself, you can free yourself. And it's simply making a conscious decision to not allow people and places and people and with this kind of behavior into your sacred space. And then when you make that decision, when people show you who they are, you move accordingly because you already learned this lesson. You don't have to take it again. I tell people that all the time, and I keep seeing this in personal sessions. So, and just even in the collective readings, and the monthlies are coming, my loves. I'm seeing that energy. I'm seeing that trend. You took this lesson again. You already took this lesson. You don't need to take it again. And how you move this energy out of you is simply saying, no, I'm not going to participate in this. I don't care what somebody is offering me. I don't care what somebody is doing. I can't control them, but I can control me. Okay, I can preserve my energy. And you preserve that energy by saying, no. 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 I want to insert that Alanya Vinzat when she's like, not on my watch. That's simply how you move past this. Not on my watch.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
That's how you got to get sometimes. It's okay. So, your perceived obstacle right here with this 3 of Wands. Let's see what this is about. I love this little book because for some, I don't even know why, but with this wand right here, ooh, you guys can't see this, but on the bottom of the deck after the 3 of Wands is the King of Cups. Sometimes you allow your emotions to override the facts. Okay, the facts that are in the pudding. Whoever this person is, I don't care if it was a relationship, a business, a friendship, family. Listen, they are emotionally unavailable. They are emotionally immature. There we go. And you are mature. Okay? So with this 3 of Wands, your perceived obstacle concerning your relationships in whatever demeanor that is because you're afraid that you're not going to cultivate and find something better. And that stems from your worth. You not really seeing yourself. So working on your worth, finding that within you. Okay? Because this is what has you keep accepting whatever this person, or whether it comes back, you keep accepting this lesson. Let's not make it about the person. While you keep doing this lesson, because you're not learning that you deserve more and you're worthy of more. So, yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, move accordingly. There was this quote. Oh my goodness. I'm going to see if I can find it. I have the quote right here. And it reads, "What others are willing to offer you is your market value. And what you accept tells them your worth." Did you hear that? You guys should definitely follow him on Instagram. He's very inspirational, and I'll link all of that information down below. But yeah, like, it comes to the point that it's about taking that responsibility, because what you accept is what will continue.
So it's time to evaluate your relationships and the roles that you're allowing people to play in your life. Surround yourself around people and things that your energy feels good in. How does your energy feel? How do you feel? That is your God-given right. You are worthy of that. You are worthy of connections that you can feel safe in. Don't take anything less than that. Okay? So with the Three of Wands, it's about keep focused. You're nearly there. So I feel like for somebody needs to know your hard work is about to pay off. There is no time to take the eyes off the prize. Don't settle. That is literally your obstacle. That you're right here, and don't settle. Keep your eyes on the prize. And listen, even though I'm relating it because what's really coming up is relationships, but keep that in your career. Keep that with anything. Don't take your eyes off the prize, because what you desire and what you want is very much real and obtainable. Okay? So I love you guys, and that was your dose of inspiration that I got for today. Just, evaluate your relationships, evaluate what you accept in your life, because you are worthy of beauty. You are worthy of grace. You are worthy of so many good things unfolding in your life. You're worthy of abundance. You're worthy of feeling good. You're worthy of relationships and connections that you feel good in, that you feel safe, that value you, that get it, that see your value and move accordingly. You're worthy of that. You're worthy of surrendering the stress, okay? No, don't play small for anybody. Continue to dance with your dreams. I love you guys so freaking much, and I will catch you on my channel. Take care.